Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video today. I have a beautiful topic for you, how to prepare ourselves for the month that's in front of us, for the month of June. We're just ending this wonderful month of May and I hope you had a beautiful month. I hope you've spent it creatively because there's nothing better to do than doing something creatively, right? Creatively thinking about how to transform our life so we can become the highest possible potential of who can we be. And I hope that you are moving through challenges with grace and with inspiration, that you know that what's in front of you is far greater than what's gone. Before we start, I want to read something too, something I wrote down today. As every single day I write down short messages that I post on for our Instagram community. You can find it there, AttractPassion on Instagram. Go there and check it out, give me a follow, write me a message if you have anything to share. Today's message goes like this. At whatever stage you are right now, it may look like your desired outcome is far away from this moment, but all that truly matters is for you to keep growing, giving, learning, expanding, loving, and getting new experiences. Have a clear vision of the wanted outcome, but enjoy the journey of getting there more than you wish for it to be already present. Have you heard that? Have a clear vision of the wanted outcome, but enjoy the journey of getting there more than you wish for it to be already present. Enjoy it more. Enjoy this process right now. Whatever you're moving through, whatever is finding you, whatever challenges, find the joy in it. And we'll talk a lot about it because there is no way around this. We can be all miserable or we can find the joy in it. And joy comes with growth, with progress, with noticing that actually we are learning, actually we are growing. And growth comes with movement, right? With taking action. So enjoy the journey of getting there more than you wish for it to be already present. Because a lot of people are wishing that things would change. But I've just received a wonderful message of someone who's a part of this community who wrote that her life in recent months completely transformed because every single day she's working on herself. Every single day she in tune with daily videos, but then she uses inspiration that comes through it and she changed her life for the better. And often we receive those messages from many incredible people. And what happens, those people have changed certain behavioral patterns in their lives. Some time ago, somebody wrote me a message that was just before committing a suicide. Just before. That person said that he wrote a goodbye message for his family members, his loved ones. But before that, he was a successful business owner, but he was unhappy. For a certain period of time, he was able to kind of hide it from others until it got so heavy that he couldn't hide it anymore. So his relationships have fallen apart. Until at some point he felt that his life was so meaningless, so directionless, that he thought that there is no other way than ending his life. But just before the final act, he came across one of my videos. And it's not about me. I don't want to make this sound like it's about me, but sometimes a spark of inspiration can make us do something we thought that it's impossible. And when this happens, we completely change the direction in which we are walking, right? So this guy said, well, I will commit this suicide thing tomorrow. He was so inspired that he said, well, I will postpone this to tomorrow. And the next day he came across a new video and he said, well, I will commit it tomorrow. And the next day he came across a new video until at some point he noticed, well, maybe there is meaning, maybe there is something to look up for, until he started transforming his life. So the thing is that all of us can find a brighter light when we're looking towards what's to come. But we need to shift our point of perspective, right? We need to shift the point from which we are looking at our lives and how we are growing and evolving and changing and learning and what we are giving, what we are providing. I like to go outside into the nature and ask myself every single day, what can I learn from you? I usually sit down and I ask myself, what can I learn from this flower right now in front of me? And I learn, well, it gives nutrition to a bee. It flies, it gets to it, and it gives something to it, right? It's a giver. So I've learned from nature that as long as I'm giving, I will feel like my life has a meaning. But then I can also learn from that flower that it took some time, that it has grown to that certain degree that it can give something, right? So we can learn from nature that if we don't have anything to give, if we feel that we don't have anything to give, it means that we are right at the phase where we need to grow to the next version of ourselves. Which means that right now we may be just somewhere where we need to apply some updates, some new insights, or we need a moment of clarity, or we need to meditate on what's happening right now. And think about the month of June as an opportunity to nurture your inner fire, to experience a deeper clarity over how your life is evolving, how much you're tapping into that greatest possible potential and finding your authentic voice, finding your truthfulness and uniqueness that make you appreciate yourself for who you are, right? Because you may be criticizing yourself, you may be really negative towards yourself, maybe even angry towards yourself because you're comparing yourself with somebody else who has a completely different background than you. We're all walking our own stories, our own journeys. And we all are coming from different backgrounds, so you can't compare with anybody else but yourself from yesterday if you want to see how much you're growing and you want to actually be grateful for how far you've already came. Because when I've started making this YouTube videos, I've noticed that there's many creators who are doing it for much longer time than I'm doing it, and a part of me started comparing myself with others until I've noticed, well, I'm coming from a completely different background. I have a completely different knowledge. I have completely different experiences that are uniquely to my journey. And if I'm sharing my voice, I may touch people who are where I've been. So therefore, I don't need to compare myself with anybody else because I have my own unique journey that taught me unique lessons that can be helpful for those who are where I used to be. And there are wise words by a famous musician, Bob Dylan. You've most probably heard of him, maybe you love his work. He said, don't criticize what you don't understand. And this is so powerful, because we are the most critical towards ourselves only because we don't understand ourselves fully. And why we don't understand ourselves fully? Because there is no guidelines. There's no map of or text. You've been not born with a book of yourself. Like, this is who you are. You should read it. You should learn from it. And then you will know yourself. Life doesn't work like that. The whole mystery But at the same time, beauty of life is that it provides us an opportunity to discover more of ourselves every single moment. That's the beauty of life. Which means that every single moment we are presented to something unknown, unfamiliar, right? And as long as we are staying curious for that unknown, we will learn something new about ourselves. There's a lot of talk about authenticity right now all around the internet when it comes to self-help and all of that. And that's beautiful to see, the growth, because we're seeing that humanity is slowly evolving into a greater self-knowledge. And it is leading us into a deeper self-actualization. But the thing that I feel that may often be misleading when it comes to authenticity is that we think that there's a certain version of ourselves that feels authentic and we should discover it immediately. Or at some point we'll be completely authentic. But what I've learned on my journey, and I'm still learning it, is that every single day we can find a deeper degree of our authenticity. As we're letting go of false programs and limiting beliefs and stories we've been taught about what's not possible, we're tapping deeper into awareness of who we truly are. So don't limit yourself like this is what feels authentic and this is what doesn't feel authentic, but research yourself. Research what comes from within. Research what truly inspires you. Research what feels right and do more of that. Do more of what feels right. Because when something feels right means that it sparks life within your soul, which means that it's something that is meant for you, which means it's something that you're meant doing, right? When you're thinking about your hobbies, there are certain hobbies that you truly love to do, and there are certain things that you're doing just because other people are doing it. But if you truly ask yourself what feels right, you will notice that you can declutter many things in your life. You will notice, well, most of the things that you have you don't truly need, and you feel that your life would be much better if you would actually let go of them. And it brings us to simplicity. So make sure that the month of June will provide you some clarity around that, right? And never criticize what you don't understand. Be more open-minded. Be more open-minded. When you're looking around you, you may be unconsciously criticizing others because you don't understand their stories. Rather, step to them and say, hey, I would like to know your story. What's your story? What you've been through that you're saying those things, right? We need to learn to be more open-minded and more open-hearted. So we start to understand things on a deeper level, on an intuitive level, on a telepathic level sometimes, right? Because as you're watching my art every single day, you could just criticize it, but you're not, because many of you are already open-hearted enough to see that there's a deeper degree to it. Sometimes there's a profound meaning in a certain part of the painting. And sometimes the whole painting may remind you of something you've been through in your life. It happens to many people who've observed those kind of paintings. That's why people love to go into galleries. You don't go into gallery to criticize what's there, like, oh, I could do it as well, but I'm not doing it because I don't have time for that or whatever. You go there because there's a depth to it, but you can only notice that depth if you are open-minded. Now, imagine walking through life being so open-minded as you are when you're standing in front of a painting. The world is hurting because most people have closed themselves after their last hurt, after their last wound. But as Rumi said, the great poet said, wounds are the places through which light can enter your soul. And only by opening our wounds once again and noticing what caused them and what false story we've created so we would stay closed, so those things would not happen again, only that way we can heal what's being unhealed and is kind of controlling our behaviors. So don't criticize what you don't understand. And also remind yourself that if you want to feel special and great, because you are special and great, but many people don't feel like that. If you want to feel special and great, if you want to feel that you truly belong to this life, you truly belong here, you are truly meant to be where you are right now, because you are where you're meant to be. If you want to be so special, to feel that, yeah, I am where I'm meant to be, and I want to do the best I can do right now from what I have to create what I want to see. I want to plant seeds of my vision for the future, and I want to nurture them with my love, with my care, with my inspiring steps, right? If you want to feel like that, you need to practice being special, being great. How to practice being special? Well, nurture your natural talents, because that's what makes you special. The world might tell you that if you're expressing your true self, people will be laughing at you, and they will, because they don't understand you, because most people judge what they don't understand. But what they're doing, they're just reflecting how they feel about themselves. So focus on yourself. Imagine your talents, your gifts, and you are gifted at something, and you know that. If you ask yourself, what was your childhood like? The good stuff. Because most people remember only the bad stuff, right? But how was your childhood like when you were truly happy and joyful? What were you doing? You were truly special at something. What was that specialty, right? Because more you're nurturing those parts of you, more you're awakening that inner child once again, that is washing away unspecialness about yourself, anti-greatness about yourself. You're washing those parts of you away, because we only become what we are practicing to be. So remind yourself for the month of June, practice becoming who you want to be, what feels the most natural for you to be. I've just finished my painting session, and every time I'm painting I feel like, oh, this is what I need to do. I just feel like nothing feels more right than expressing myself through art. Even those messages are for me a form of art. It's like an audio book, right? We need to find a form of self-expression that feels right, that gives us a feeling of such an intense joy that we say, well, this is what I want to do. Doesn't matter if it provides any kind of feedback. We do it because it feels right, because only that way you can bring something truly valuable to your environment that will eventually become even a source of income, that eventually can become your new lifestyle, right? Eventually we obviously need to build our lives around something that brings us a sense of passion, joy, meaning, purpose, and expands lessons so we can grow like that flower, as I mentioned before, right? As the trees, we're seeing them all around us. And remind yourself to stop giving your burdens more energy than your blessings. This is something you should remind yourself every single moment, because we automatically fall into this old way of thinking that something that is difficult to accept is more important than all the blessings that are already surrounding us. And we all fall into this type of thinking. Yesterday I fallen into it, and we had a deep conversation with Maya, and at the end of that conversation Maya said to me, hey, you've completely forgotten how many wonderful things are happening to you. Look at that. Look how many people are writing us every single day. You're forgetting about everything. And I truly needed to pause myself a little bit and notice, well, I did it again, right? And we catch ourselves when we fall into this type of thinking and we say, well, it belongs to my old self. I want to do something that my future self will be proud of right now. And in order to do that, I need to give more energy to my blessings than I'm giving to my burdens. You can learn from your burdens, but never give more energy to it than you are giving to your blessings, because only that way you can stay grateful. Make it a priority for the month of June. The month of June is about fire. In ancient alchemy, the month of June was as a month of nurturing the inner fire. In ancient teachings of alchemy, the month of June is the month of sun's energy. And sun represents the vital life force and the transformative power of fire. It symbolizes illumination, creativity, and spiritual growth. So, in ancient times, during the month of June, many alchemists were working with all those solar rituals to harness and integrate the fiery energy of the sun. Sun represents the masculine energy, the energy of order, the energy of willpower, the energy of productivity, and building a certain discipline around what we are prioritizing the most. So make sure that you use the month of June to prioritize your life around something that is meaningful to you, that you stay true to yourself and you do the things that nurture your inner fire. If you feel inspired to do something, make sure that you build your life or structure your life in such a way that will support that process. That you wake up with an intention today, I will be true to myself for the whole day long. I will stand up for myself. I will speak my voice. I will protect what's important to me with self-kindness, self-compassion, and integrity. So be sure that you are true to yourself and stop wasting your time, my friend. Stop wasting your time. Be more productive with anything that have real value. So this is it for today. I hope you found something valuable today. I hope you've enjoyed in today's message and in today's artwork. If you would like to get some inspiring art to kinda lighten up your place, go and check out our Etsy shop. The link is in the description of this video. And the name of the shop is I Draw My Passion. Go there and check it out. Thank you so much for the support. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Stay beautiful, stay magnificent. One love.